Welcome to Google Agent. We're excited to present our product prototype for the MIT Sloan Product Hackathon presented by Google. Google Agent is a place where you can plan, budget, and book a personalized trip all in one place. Billions of dollars are spent every year on digital travel bookings, yet there's no kind of digital agent that can help you organize across hotels, travel, activities, and restaurants. So we're excited to show you our prototype. The first element of the product is that you sign in with your Google account, so we can make better recommendations for you based on Google's information on the user, as well as demographic information like age and gender, and so on. When you book a trip, oftentimes you're interested in visiting multiple destinations. In this case, I want to go to Italy and visit Rome and Venice. I'm going to travel by myself, and that information will be used to help make recommendations for my trip. I'm going to book my trip in late August, from August 27th to 31st, and I'm going to set a budget of $2,500. It's going to make recommendations on my behalf, so the agent needs to know how much money I'm generally willing to spend. Finally, the Google agent wants to know how chill or intense my schedule is. So this means how many events and restaurants is it going to plan for me every day, and how much free time is it going to allot me as well. All right. So now that I've told the Google agent the type of trip that I want to have, it's going to make a auto-generated travel itinerary for me based on customer reviews and ratings that it gets, as well as my personal profile, as well as what I put in my travel search. So when I generate my trip, it will book a lot of different things for me, including my flight, my hotel, activities, and restaurants. And it's going to place them all on this calendar view, similar to Google Calendar. On the next day, I am going to get a series of recommendations on different things I could do. So let's say there was a recommended activity like a river cruise, and I wanted to learn some more information about it. So Google Agent would provide me auto-generated information from Google Maps and potentially other sources about the activity, and it's going to give me the price, and it's also going to give me alternatives. So because it's making these recommendations automatically, maybe it's not what I want to do. Maybe instead of the river cruise, I want to go to Vatican instead and do a tour there. So I choose Vatican, and then it provides me new information about the Vatican, including what the price is. So I ultimately may want to choose the Vatican. In addition to all of the kind of smart recommendations that it's providing me, I can continue to change the scale of how much I'm willing to spend on hotels, flights, activities, and restaurants. So this might be a place in the filter section where I play with the different elements of my trip. So maybe spending more on my flight to fly business class, or more on restaurants and less on my hotel. And each time I would do this, Google Agent would give me a new set of recommendations based on my travel preferences. All right, so now that I'm ready to book my trip, I go up here and press book. And all of the auto-generated activities or modified activities will appear in one screen. So I can get an entire kind of portfolio of my activities, an entire itinerary. I know what needs to be booked and where. For example, let's say I have special miles with one of these airlines. I could go and book it directly with them. I also know that I would need to maybe reserve a restaurant through OpenTable, and maybe there's some activities that don't require any prior bookings or reservations. I can just go for free, but they will be added to my calendar as well. I can go into things individually, but ideally I would just book all and I would have a sense of exactly how much money I'd be spending on my trip, $2,400. Acknowledging that I like this trip, I like my itinerary based on the tweaks that I've made and the recommendations from Google Agent, I'm ready to book. So after providing my credit card information and going through the checkout process, Google Agent lets me know that I should enjoy my trip and has automatically put all of the activities into my calendar and into my email, so I can keep track of my itinerary moving forward. So I'm excited to have an amazing trip to Italy.